Good morning, students. Today we'll start with the stomatal regulation of transpiration. Now you already know that the number of stomata on the lower epidermis is much larger than that on the upper epidermis, and transpiration occurs as long as these stomata remain open and stops when they are closed. And this opening and closing mechanism of stomata is regulated by the amount of water and solutes which are present in the guard cells. And as the stomata open during daytime for the diffusion of carbon dioxide for photosynthesis, the transpiration also occurs because the stomata are open, the water vapor diffuse out. And if for any reason the water content of the leaf is falling short, the guard cells, they fail to remain turgid, rather then they turn flaccid, thereby closing the stomatal opening, and transpiration stops. And we will do about this opening and closing of stomata in more detail in the next lesson, photosynthesis. Next we come over to the leaves of some plants wilt during midday and recover in the evening. In some plants, for example balsam, the leaves of the plant wilt during midday in spite of the fact that there is plenty of water in the soil, and in such cases the rate of transpiration during midday exceeds the rate of absorption of water by the roots, and the cells therefore lose turgidity. And in the evening or during night, the stomata are constricted and the temperature is not high, therefore there is no loss of water through transpiration, and the turgidity of the leaves is reacquired and stand out erect. And this stomatal transpiration is controlled by the plants by adjusting the size of the stoma, whereas this does not happen in case of cuticular and lenticular transpiration. Now, what is cuticular transpiration? You all know cuticle is a thick waxy layer secreted by the epidermal cells, both lower and upper epidermis. They have this waxy layer of cuticle, and this thickness of cuticle varies from plant to plant. Basically, the cuticle serves to prevent the evaporation of water from the leaf surface. But still some evaporation does occur. And greater the thickness of cuticle, lesser is evaporation, that is transpiration. And the desert plants tend to have thicker cuticle to cut down transpiration. And the third type of transpiration is lenticular transpiration. And these lenticels are special openings that develop on the bark of older stem in place of stomata. And these allow diffusion of gases for respiration as well as for photosynthesis. And these lenticels never close, they remain open all the time. Here, children, you can be asked difference between stomata and lenticels. Lenticels, they never close, they remain open all the time, but stomata, they open during daytime and are closed at night. Lenticels are simple openings and have no guard cells, while the stomata have guard cells. And the water from the cell surfaces directly facing the lenticels evaporates and contributes to the transpiration. And the amount of transpiration from the lenticels is more than the cuticular transpiration. But of course, cuticular transpiration and lenticular transpiration is less than the stomatal transpiration. And you can be asked that arrange the three types of transpiration in ascending order. So least one is the cuticular transpiration, then lenticular transpiration, and finally the stomatal transpiration. And here is a list given, and you have to pick up the parts through which the water vapor of transpiration leaves the leaf and rearrange them in proper sequence. So first will be xylem vessels, then mesophyll cells, then intercellular spaces, next substomatal space, and finally stoma. Then does diffusion play a role in the passage of water vapor from the leaf during transpiration? If so, how? Yes, the entire movement of water vapor from the leaf into the atmosphere during transpiration is the result of diffusion. In any experiment to demonstrate transpiration, the leaf must remain attached to its parent plant. Why is this so? In any experiment to demonstrate transpiration, the leaf must remain attached to the parent plant, as otherwise transpiration cannot take place. And out of the three kinds of transpirations, which one is maximum? Stomatal transpiration is maximum, and minimum is the cuticular transpiration. Next is the factors that affect transpiration. There are external and internal factors, and the external factors are intensity of sunlight. During daytime, the stomata are open to facilitate the inward diffusion of carbon dioxide for photosynthesis, and at night they are closed. Therefore, more transpiration occurs during daytime, and when it is cloudy during the day, the stomata are partially closed and the transpiration is reduced. Next is temperature. If the outside temperature is higher, there is more evaporation from the leaves, therefore more transpiration. An increase in temperature allows more water to evaporate, and the decrease in temperature reduces evaporation. Warm air can hold more water than cold air. Next is velocity of wind. Transpiration increases with the velocity of wind. If the wind blows faster, the water vapor released during transpiration is removed faster, and the area outside the leaf does not get saturated with water vapor. Next is humidity. Transpiration is reduced if the air outside is humid, because if it is going to be humid outside, then it reduces the rate of outward diffusion of internal water vapors across the stomata, and thus reducing the rate of transpiration. And next is carbon dioxide. If the carbon dioxide concentration increases outside in the air over normal, that is 0.03, then it results in partial closure of stomata, which decreases the rate of transpiration. Next is atmospheric pressure. The rate of transpiration increases if there is decrease in atmospheric pressure, because that will enhance the diffusion of water vapor. And the internal factor is water content of the leaves. If the water content of the leaves decreases due to the insufficient absorption of water by the roots, the leaves wilt and the transpiration is reduced. Thus, reduction in transpiration is indirectly due to the closure of stomata, and it is a natural mechanism for conserving water in the plants. So this much for today.